Alright, it is 9:28 a.m. I'm going to be looking at APTY, GMER, MWWC, like maybe, yeah, this one. A lot of these are going to be morning panic bounce play potentials, and some of these are, there's a possibility some of these might do a morning spike too, especially these two that are gapping up. So that's where I'm at the moment. It's just going to be watch. Nothing has really changed, but I feel like there are more morning panic bounce plays available. Alright, 9:39 a.m. MWWC, I was a bit afraid to trade because it was with a gap down, and I think it was down on some bad news, but it's working here. And then when I considered it a few minutes ago to perhaps trade it just because it looked clean with a big volume candle here, right, I put it here in Charles Schwab, and it just seemed like it didn't go through. I don't know if I just typed it wrong. Maybe I typed it wrong. And I thought at that moment then and there, okay, this thing is not tradable on Schwab for whatever reason. But now it seems like in theory I could be able to trade this. So I probably just missed this one now. I'm not going to get upset because, you know, there was a confusion with Schwab there, and it was down on, I believe, bad news, even though this thing is looking very clean right here. So I did trade GMER. This one is the opposite of clean, although I'm glad to see it work out. I was in the trade for 2 minutes. It was just, I don't mind getting out of this one because it was trading like trash, really. Not just that, like the bid and the ask would be so annoying. There would be like, you know, 38, and then here would be 38.99. It would not be exact at 39, so it was kind of hard playing around with execution. So I got in actually really good level. I didn't know if I was executed or not. It took a while for Schwab to realize if I was in the trade or not, but 9:33 I was in here at 353, which is right down here. That was a really good execution, and you know, immediately went up to here. Then this threw me off, right? So I tried selling the same minute at 37.99 because even though, you know, it's quick and all, it's right at VWAP, and I tried to sell, but again, it didn't go to 38. It went to 37.99. At least I was on the ask, so I had issues trying to get out of the trade, and then I just, you know, held on to it a little longer, and I just did not like the way this thing was trading, like horribly. Then they had another one of those spikes here, so that's when I thought, all right, let me just try to sell at 37.1, and I did get executed eventually. I don't regret the sell there, even though it's working out, you know, at 38. This thing was just trading like absolute trash. The volume was good and all, it's fading. There wasn't no big obvious volume candle like MWWC, but jeez, the freaking price action was garbage. I mean, look at this range, right? This candle went from 35 to 38 pretty much. I didn't like it, but this might be, you know, a potential lower low, higher low, double bottom. Same with MWWC, although I would have liked this one if this one might downtrend a little and then break past VWAP. I've seen that. There's nothing else I'm really interested in. There was like a dip towards VWAP setup here with DPLS, but I don't know. It wasn't really up that much on the day. And LSD had a spike. APTY, I didn't want to trade this one. It just wasn't, it didn't seem to be trading very nicely. Nothing here either. That's where I'm at. I don't really see any obvious setups that I might be interested in, but I'll look. Alright, 9:56 a.m. I had a second trade. I traded a smaller position size because of the fact that because this thing just had a range, like this just turned around and just had this massive panic, right? So, you know, this thing might be a little sketchy. There might be something wrong with it compared to other morning panic bounce plays, but I went ahead and I bought at 33.05 at 9:52. So this was right here, 33.05, right about here, just a little higher. Yeah, give or take right here is when I got in. And then I tried placing some sell orders like 35.81, just having this one ready if it gets towards VWAP, and then I realized maybe this one won't really get to VWAP. I tried 954 right here at 37.5, no, 34.7, just didn't really work out. So then I thought, all right, let me just get out because I don't like this price action anymore. It was looking super ugly. 956 was right here. I sold, I guess, right before this candle at 34.14. Now, can it work out? Sure, it can put up another higher low here and keep uptrending, but I'm not trying to figure out if it's going to do that or not. It might just have another random panic like it did here, although it's less likely because it is down like 20% on the day. And this one's beautiful. I just, broker, whatever, maybe I just typed it wrong, but this is much cleaner. I would have likely have traded this one a lot more, but that's fine. Again, it's probably down because they had some sketchy news, but that's what I think about that. APTY, maybe potential big volume candle here, and now it's uptrending. In that case, I missed it. Wasn't there for it. I guess the higher low here with NLST, it's not really the same because this was a morning spike. No, I don't see anything else. I'll keep looking, and yeah, I'll make an update later. But right now, I guess 2 trades, and they were, I guess I'm up like 23 bucks. I feel like I traded much better. Right here I held for 2 minutes, sure, but I did not like this price action. I don't mind that I got out, and sure, I didn't get into here, but the price action was horrible. And then here the price action started to look horrible, although not as bad as this. Definitely not as bad as that. So I took a sell, and this one I held for 4 minutes. So I think I'm seeing some kind of an improvement. I have to keep working on that, but yeah, still a lot of things I need to work on. Alright, it is 10:06, and this was like a late morning panic bounce play because it had a spike in the morning here with DPLS, and then it kind of consolidated here, and then it just led to a downtrend, right? So then I took a buy at 10:13. I traded a tiny position, $133, because it was kind of iffy. It wasn't like a perfect morning panic bounce play. Nothing like NWWC. This one's perfect. This is like best case scenario. This is one where I could have really loaded up, but again, there was that news the other day, so it might not have been perfect. It looks like GMER is just trying to consolidate there. It might try to run towards VWAP later, but that's not really a setup I'm interested in. Anyway, so I took my buy at 10:13 right here. This candle, 13:01 right here, 13:01, this candle right here, and it did get under 13. I felt like there were a lot of weak hands in the trade in the stock here, a lot of weak hands, so they kind of got executed, and then this thing decided to make a run after those weak hands got out. So this thing could try to hold this 13.2 level and keep uptrending, but I'm not really a part of that life. I tried messing around with orders, trying to find where a potential reversal could be and sell before it happens, and that's what happened here at 10:16. I sold at, I need to stop right clicking. I sold at 13.4, which was the very top. I guess I top ticked this, but this thing could hold here and continue an uptrend. It was, yeah, a 3% gain. I just traded it, again, a small position because it was a little speculative because it just had a drop later in the day. It wasn't initially in the morning. That's a nice move right there at 13.5. Let's see if this thing gets to VWAP. Do not want to get into a downtrend and have to sell for a loss or something. Just I would hate that. That's almost worse than cutting losses, having these gains and having to lose them all and then sell for a loss. I'll make an update to see what this one does, but it seems like it's doing very nicely. Good trade there. Unlike yesterday, I'm actually doing good with my entries and exits, if you ask me. Good percent gains too. I have 5%, 3%, so I hope I can keep doing more of that. That's all I got for the moment. Alright, it is 11:28 and this is the time of the day when I'm not really going to be looking for any setups because they start to dry up. GMER eventually got past VWAP and I wanted an immediate run for VWAP. It didn't do it in this higher low setup, which was back here 952. My entry was at 3305, which was pretty good actually. And yeah, I sold here, I believe, right? 13,414, 956. Right, so I sold right about here, 414, actually near the bottom of the range. Well, I don't mind because I wanted it to run towards VWAP. It didn't do it. It wasn't immediate at all. Didn't want to sell on the downtrend, which did happen here, although it was higher than this wick, right? So that was the case with that. After some consolidation, it eventually got through, but that wasn't the setup I was going for, and I think I traded this well in terms of that. And the morning panic, the initial morning panic bounce play, I don't mind again my sell here because this thing was just trading like garbage. I don't regret that at all. I think it was a great attempt. I like the percent gains I have. I held the trades a better, so I'm happy with that. DPLS, yeah, this was a trade right here. Sold right here. I had more room to spike, sure, could have held it better. I think I'll consider that next time just to hold better. This was again a late morning panic bounce play because it happened again later in the day. Happened around 10, not around 9:36, 9:35ish. So one thing to take into consideration there. But hey, it was good in that sense. It did a nice run from, you know, this 1288 level to 1420, so that's really good. I hope there can be another setup like this and I'll consider trading it. No obvious dip towards VWAP, although there was here a dip under VWAP. I don't know if I would have traded that. It might have been hard to get executed, especially with this candle right here. NLST is up, but it's not really doing much. Sure, it's putting up higher lows, but it's I don't like being inside these sketchy triangles. And LWLG is just chilling at the highs. It's not really doing much. Not doing much. MWWC, this hey, you know, maybe I typed it in wrong or something. I'm not gonna get upset for that reason. I would have been upset if I hesitated. Really upset, especially this one because of how nice it worked out. But and you know, in theory, I probably would have, at my best, I would have sold at this 87 level because, you know, it's already past VWAP. I'm in at 7.3, and you know, it might not break the day high. That's kind of hard to do, but it did do it here. That's very nice in that sense. Maybe I should have considered the breakouts, but I wasn't really looking for that. I wasn't thinking about that at the moment, so that's where I'm at right now. I'll make an update later. Alright, it is 5 o'clock p.m. and I am here to call it off to see what happened ever since the last video recording that I did, and today I'm up like 28 bucks. A little salty because I feel like I could have traded a larger position sizes, but I did better with my entries today. I wasn't too early. And I think I did better with my exits. Now, GMER was a bit speculative, the lower low setup, but it worked out. This is, you know, I wanted it to be immediate. This wasn't the case. It took its time. I got to 39 for my entry at 33. So that was a 20% move, best case scenario. I don't regret that because I wanted something fast, and that wasn't the case here. This was choppy. I've said it before, just messy, so I don't mind my sell there, even if it was under VWAP. As for DPLS, and after that, it's alright, not much volume, and DPLS, it looks like it started to remain near its highs. I traded DPLS, I think it was down there, I'm not extremely sure anymore. 1013, yeah, it was down here at 1301. What do you know, I guess the 15 if you want to count the very high. So not that bad in terms of range. It could be better though. It could definitely be better, but it could be worse too. Overall, that was a good attempt there with DPLS. I didn't know if it was going to work or not, especially because I haven't seen them work. This one took its time. This was the one, the lower low, the one that makes it move towards 1030 at its peak. Same with GMER. You know, well, this actually no, this one took longer, but I've seen a lot of them that put up a lower low or a higher low, just you know, make a move towards 1030, and from there it can dip like it did here, or it can go near its highs, keep uptrending like freaking MWWC. Although this was just one morning panic bounce play. This one was incredible. I'm not salty because I didn't hesitate trading. I just had an issue there. Maybe I typed it wrong or something. It wasn't because of hesitation. So I'm happy with that. Let's just go back and look. I was watching it for a breakout, but it wasn't doing it. I forgot at what price. Maybe it was back here, right? But it still looks very nice. This could continue to be morning panic bounce play potentials. NLST, I don't know, you know, this one can keep going. It can break the previous high. Not the best volume, but it's something I'll take a look at. LWLG, I'll probably remove this. It's just taking too long. It's not volatile. You know, doesn't have much range, and APTY just kind of had a red day. It didn't really provide any nice setups, at least for what I want to do. So that's all I got. I'm going to call it off. Really good entries, good exits, good setups. I tried. MWWC I missed, but it wasn't because I was hesitating. Could have traded large position sizes. A lot of room for improvement still, but I'm very happy. Thankful to God, because I am. It seems like I'm making progress. It doesn't have to be the case, and but yeah, it seems like it is the case. However, I just have to keep working harder, especially, you know, trading large position sizes. I'm sure that can be pretty hard, and I have to work towards that.